So the Toronto Raptors tonight pulled out a huge W against the Atlanta Hawks, and the score was 114 to 125. The starting five for this Raptors team is honestly really crazy. The scoring output potential for this team is definitely one of the better ones I've seen this season. And today, we're going to be breaking down the game against the Hawks, talking about what I've liked from this team and moving forward where I see them maybe even being in the playoffs. So what's up? I'm JDC. I do Rockets/NBA videos, so that you'd like to see. Drop a like down below and press the sub button. I'd appreciate the support. I'm going to be pumping out some more Raptors videos because they have been one of the better teams and one of the more hotter teams as of right now. So if you guys like this content, drop a like, press the sub button, and let's get into the video. So I have some notes here on the side that I want to be talking about. I won't go through a lot of them because most of it is basically just me nitpicking at the Raptors, but there's a lot of huge notes here. So yeah, the one thing I want to talk about this game, Pascal Siakam played 40 minutes and had 33 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists on 11 to 16 from the field and 3 from 3. So Siakam was definitely a huge reason why this team was even in this game. There were a lot of times this game where Siakam looked like the best player on the court, and I think he was. I mean, he led this Raptors team alongside Fred VanVleet, who we will get into right after, but he was a plus 15 in the plus minus and was looking like the best player. So Siakam, he's definitely having a good year. Obviously, last year, I think Raptors fans know that last year he was having a pretty off year. This year, he's averaging 21 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. So good year from Pascal. He is a 20 points per game scorer. So Fred VanVleet with 26 points, 11 assists, and 4 rebounds on 10 to 18 from the field and 5 to 10 from the 3. So VanVleet, he ran the offense today very well. There was a lot of times where he would be very patient with the ball, and that's what you want to see from one of your veterans, because being patient with the ball is usually something that's overlooked in the NBA. A lot of people want to play with a lot of pace and a lot of speed, but VanVleet, it looks to me that the game is slowing down a lot for him. And obviously it is because he is a veteran, but the game slows down a lot for him when I watch him, and the offense just runs so much more smoothly whenever I see VanVleet run the offense. So great game overall, played 38 minutes and was a plus 11. Scotty Barnes with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists on 6 of 11 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3. He had a huge three-pointer in the fourth quarter to really hit. I think that was more of a dagger to really send away game. But yeah, Scotty Barnes was absolutely great today. 2 steals. He did have 5 turnovers, but to be fair, he is a rookie, so I will cut him some slack. But he was great today defensively, offensively. Overall, his game is one of the best out of the rookies, and I think right now he's probably top 3 behind Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley. But we have Gary Trent with 19 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 8 to 17 from the field, and 3-5 from 3. So Gary Trent, I think we all know what he can do. He's a great three-point shooter, and overall, I will talk about this later. The Raptors had a good three-point shooting night, but Gary Trent was a huge contributor to the Raptors in terms of three-point shooting, and I think over the season, he is one of the better three-point shooters, standing at around 40% from 3. So good three-point shooting overall from Gary Trent. Good game overall at a plus 18 for the plus minus. So and finally, we have OG Anunoby with 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Great defense overall from OG, throwing in 2 blocks, 3 of 8 from the field, and 2 of 4 from 3. He had the lowest amount of shot attempts around for the starting 5, standing at 8 shots compared to Siakam's 16 and Gary Trent's 17. So OG has definitely taken a step back in terms of shot attempts, but he's getting it done on other aspects of the game, grabbing 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Good game overall from OG, but the second thing I want to talk about is the bench unit was definitely better today. Chris Boucher had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 4-4 from the field, 1-1 from 3, and Precious Achiuwa with 10 points, 3 boards, and a block. So Boucher and Achiuwa off the bench have been great in the last 2 games, and I think moving forward, if they do decide to deal Chris Boucher, I wouldn't be too mad about it because the other 2 pieces on the bench in Kem Birch and Delano Ban haven't done too much. So if they can get some more bench depth, get maybe even a 6-man caliber player, maybe a Lou Will. I'm not saying they need Lou Will, but a good bench player that can at least play the point guard position, I'm all for it. If you can trade Chris Boucher for a backup point guard and keep Precious Achiuwa, good move. But yeah, the bench today was definitely stronger. That's still a huge issue about this team, is that the bench is definitely non-existent sometimes. But this game, they were existent. So, we got to take it with a grain of salt. The team overall actually played pretty well. If we're looking at shooting splits, shot a 57% field goal percentage over this game and 63% from the 3. So very efficient night comparing to the Hawks, 46 from the field and 31 from 3. So they were locking up the Hawks. OG Anunoby on Trae Young was definitely the best defensive scheme they could do, because OG is definitely the best perimeter defender on this team, and putting him on Trae Young, who is the floor general, someone that can shoot the ball, the three ball especially, great. Putting him on Trae Young is one of the better schemes this Toronto Raptors team has. But yeah, I mean, this Raptors team defensively is so versatile. They switch a lot of things because, Siakam playing the small ball 5 means that they can switch a lot. Siakam on the perimeter. OG can guard 1 through 5 basically. Same thing with Scotty Barnes and Pascal. But Fred VanVleet is a really underrated defender. Gary Trent, he's been pretty underrated on defense too. But yeah, I mean, this Raptors team overall has been very electrifying. They are red hot right now. I think they're on a win streak. I'll actually fact check that right now. But if we're looking at it, yeah, they are on a 5-game win streak against Miami, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta. So they're basically beating some, honestly, playoff teams. Because, Miami, they're, I think, one of the better teams in the league. I think they're first in the East. I'll check that right now. They are second in the East, 33-20. They were first at one time. But yeah, they're beating some pretty respectable teams. Atlanta, they are on the lesser side of things, standing at 10th in the East. But they do have people like Trae Young, Clint Capella, John Collins, so they are a respectable team. But yeah, they are beating some great teams. If we're looking at other notes, I mean, I don't really nitpick too much, but defense in the fourth quarter was a little bit iffy. They kind of started losing it a little bit, but they did maintain a great defense throughout the game. But honestly, rebounding is definitely also a huge underrated part about this team, because Siakam, he is honestly a pretty underrated defender, because if you're looking at overall stats, he did grab around 9 rebounds this game. OG grabbed 10. Scotty grabbed 9. There's a huge underrated, I wouldn't say narrative that this team cannot rebound, but it's definitely a huge understatement that this team cannot rebound. But that's all I really want to talk about this team, because they have been honestly one of the better teams as of right now. So hopefully they can keep up this high level of play, and hopefully they can just keep winning. So that's the video. I'm JDC, and I'm out. Peace.